Okay, so our next storyteller coming to the stage, do not be fooled by his Clark Kent glasses. This guy has got some hot tips for riot etiquette that, let me tell you, if you are not a white heterosexual male, you're gonna need after today. Please welcome to the stage, Glenn Jeffers. Take a name, Glenn. Oh, that's my job, Glenn. Thank you. Okay. Jessica Lee Williamson. All right, give it up for Glenn.
All right. Thanks to Gary and Monte for putting this together. Madeline for hosting. I used to storytell in Chicago and getting back into it in LA. And one of the things is getting back into it that's been a little difficult is one of my reasons is that I actually suffer from stage fright. And no, seriously, even now, like, anxiety, nervousness, fear of fucking up, that's all like right here underneath the surface. And I came to this, pretty much at an early age. So I was 5, and for some reason my mom thought it was a good idea to sign me up for a kindergarten performance of Winnie the Pooh. So I play, I live in a white suburb, so of course I'm playing Christopher Robin. So my first scene, I've got 3 lines. All I've got to do is come out, say hello Pooh, warn him about messing with the bees in the hive, and say silly oh bah. So I get out there on stage and the lights hit me and I can't see. And then finally when my eyes, adjust and I see everyone, I see the parents, I see the students, I see the teachers, I freeze. All right? Just sweat starts pouring down my face. Quickly followed by pee running down my leg and pooling at my feet on the stage. And that's when the art teacher decides to just pick me up and scoop me off the stage. So again, I had a really big problem being center stage, just getting in front of people and just saying what I want, expressing myself. And I prefer to stick, in the shadows. And that, really became a problem later on, especially since I was starting to really discover some creative interests of mine. One of them was playing guitar. And one of the things I started doing was actually playing for our orchestra jazz band, because that allowed me to actually perform without everyone looking at me, because I was part of a band, and that took care of that. The other thing, oddly enough, was in my 8th grade history class. I had this teacher named Richard Bartell, and he was the first black male teacher I had ever had, and he was this fierce intellectual. I mean, when he got in front of the students and just like started going, everyone stopped what they were doing and they listened to him, even like the bad kids in the back of the class. And I always wanted that. I always wanted to have that command. I always wanted to have that ability to be out there, to be confident, to say what I mean and say what I feel. So I'm in the orchestra room practicing when Mrs. Fenari, our drama teacher, comes in and sees me playing guitar. She says, "Glenn, you're good with playing on stage, right?" "Yeah, sure." "All right, can you sing?" "Can I what?" "All right, try this. You've got to be sincere. You gotta be sincere." Okay, we're gonna work on that. So, who remembers Bye Bye Birdie? Quick show of hands. All right, well, big fan. Bye Bye Birdie is a story about this guy named Albert and his assistant Rosie, and they have to get this Elvis Presley wannabe named Conrad Birdie over to the enlistment office because he's been drafted. Of course, they stop at a podunk town, and he hooks up with a 15-year-old and almost commits statutory rape because, hey, 1950s American fun. And our lead for Conrad Birdie is actually out sick with mono. So Mrs. Fenari asks, "Glenn, do you want to take the role?" Now, I can hear the 5-year-old in the ferocity, screaming, don't do this. This is a bad idea. They're all going to laugh at you. But I say yes. So for the next 2 months, I'm practicing, I'm learning how to sing, I'm learning my lines, I'm learning the choreography. Opening day, not night, opening day of the performance, which means that I've got a bunch of 6th, 7th, and 8th graders out in the audience, you know, a very tame crowd. I'm sitting in the back, sweating bullets like I am right now, and I can hear the 5-year-old me just going, you can go out a side entrance. You can double back to the orchestra room. You can change your clothes. You can get out of here. You don't have to do this. You don't have to make a complete fool of yourself. And he's right. I don't. And I get up. And that's when my friend Shakira, who's playing Rosie, comes and grabs me under my arm. It's my cue. It's time for me to get up on stage. And she's like, are you ready? I say, no, but let's do this anyway. So I get out there, I get on stage, I hit my center mark, and the lights hit me, and I can't see. And finally, when my eyes adjust, I see an entire school full of 6th, 7th, and 8th graders laughing their complete asses off. Just completely, I mean, like guffawing over what they're saying, because here's me. I'm a 13-year-old black kid dressed up in a white jumpsuit with gold sequins. I've got a pompadour wig on that makes me look less like James Brown in the 50s and more like James Brown in his mugshot. And because puberty really hasn't gotten all the way there yet, on my chest are lines of black marker. Mrs. Fernari drew chest hair on me. By the way. For 5 minutes this happens. Mrs. Fernari is just playing the same chords over and over again, so I can, until the laughter stops. And then finally when it's done, I'm like, okay, now's my time to shine. I grab my guitar, I strum. You've got to be sincere. You've got to be sincere. 'Cause when you feel it here, and then you feel it here, and then you got to be sincere. I never find the key again. The next 3 minutes are just pure hell. I start doing the choreography. I spit a girl off the stage. My portable mic breaks, so I am just jumping into the audience and singing as loud as I can into people's faces. Finally, I get back on stage and I slide into center going, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I completely ruin my other 2 numbers as well. It is the worst depiction of Conrad Birdie ever. So I go back, I get on my clothes, I wipe the chest hair off my chest, and I've got 2 more classes. And as I'm sitting down, like, kids are like turning back to me and they're like, dude, that was awesome. That was the funniest thing I've ever fucking seen. And at the end of the day, before I leave, I hear someone call my name. I turn and it's Mr. Bartel. He's in front of his class, and I run over to him, and before I can say a word, he grabs my hand and he shakes it and he smiles and says, that took fucking balls. Thank you.